car shakes when the bombs scream until our last breath, every heartbeat. When your nightmares turn to real life and the ground's filled up with landmines, we will face it standing side by side. You know I'll come running when you need. I'm coming. You know I'll come running. You go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarm and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. If you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarms and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. Seeing monsters at your window. No, you can't sleep. You pretend though you don't have to play the hero.
And welcome to TTML. We are here for Division 2 here tonight for Round 5 of the Championship as we take on the Canadian Grand Prix from the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Good evening everyone, I'm James Head taking you through the stream as per usual, and joining me in the commentary box, as you might have seen on Twitter, it's one of his final commentaries, but there's nothing more like in giving them a big introduction, so it is the marvellous and absolute fantastic commentator from Spain. It is Mr. Paco Suarez. Paco, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, mate, like always. Quite sad, you know, because I've had great times here, and it has been, as always, a pleasure to be alongside you. But really looking forward to this race. After Monaco, I think you can really expect anything from this guy. So I hope we can actually have a really good race.
Yeah, it is going to be fascinating, I think, out on track, especially with the drivers' standings, and we'll present that to you in a new way as we go into qualifying. So we won't run through the drivers' standings or the team standings just yet, because we'll present that to you in a new way going into the stream. But what we can show you is what we've got coming ahead as well, other than tonight, because we've got Division 3 that is live. Aiden Carter and Wilco, TTG Conti, taking you through that one. If you want to go and watch that stream, that's probably live right now. And tomorrow night it is Division 4 and Division 5 also for the weekly schedule. It is going to be very much fantastic. We also do have some brand new merchandise that has been revealed as well. Now, I teased this, I think, last week, and I said it was TTG Esports livery. It's not. It's Esports Masters League livery, and also the TTML merchandise as well. So you can pick yourself up some merchandise, hats. You know it by now, the hat, logo, vinyls for your PS4 or 5. It's going to be really great to see. And obviously with the TTML merchandise as well, same principle applies. They're just in different colours. You can choose whatever you want from that, and that is on Stick 'em Up, and I'm sure the description, the link is in the description going into tonight. But of course we can't present you the driver's standings or the team standings in a new way, but what we can say though is that it is very tight up top. Wesker, M Short, Scuba separated by 4 points coming into tonight, separating the top 3. Out of those top 3, Paco, who do you think might have the best night tonight?
Well, I think it's not always Monaco, you know, we always get some predictions and it goes the other way around. But to be honest, I think M Short, seeing like the momentum, you know, he has carried through the last races. I think he is probably the favorite one to take the win today.
Yeah, M Short, looking at his previous results, he finished first in Vietnam on his debut, he finished third in Zandvoort, and then won last time out in Monaco as well. So he's really only had 3 races, while the rest of the field pretty much have had 4. M Short has done phenomenally well, I think, to be second in the championship with only 3 races under his belt here in Division 1. Division 2, I should say, not Division 1. Wesker and Scuba also up there as well within the Racing Point and the McLaren. Going to be really intriguing to say. As I say, it is Canada. Let's have a look then at the track map in question. This will be covered as well in the introduction. 18 minutes worth of qualifying, 35 laps away at the drivers, and if it's anything like Tuesday night, it might be quite changeable out on track. We literally went from dries to inters within 1 or 2 laps. That is what we are talking about here out on track tonight. And towards the end of the race, actually, it nearly went into full wet conditions. So 2011 Canada came into my mind there. Are we going to see dry or wet conditions, Paco?
Do you really want to start predicting? Because it's well, at least we will have we will give the audience, you know, a view what's gonna be like. Because if we say wet, it's gonna be dry. So it's gonna be dry, I think.
Yeah, I hope it's going to be dry. Really, if it's not, then you're still going to be in for a treat, I think. Even if it is going to be either a wet qualifying, an intermediate qualifying, or a dry qualifying, you guys will be in for an absolute treat. If you're wondering why there's a little bit of a delay, it is just gone 8 o'clock, by the way. We're in the lobby. Paco isn't, though, because somebody forgot to do the game update.
Yeah, I guess who that guy was, right?
Guess who that guy was? What's it on at the minute?
I mean, it's 83%, still 17 to go. So
it should be done.
Fast.
Yeah, it should be done in the next 5 minutes. So hopefully we'll be able to wait for Paco to join in, and then we can get going here for qualifying around a man-made island, of course, here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. A very interesting race. Dynamic weather is on. The safety car also is on. And if there's anything like in Canada, if you said to me and Kieran on Tuesday that we would have 3 safety cars during the course of that race, then you would have been absolutely mad and I would have absolutely laughed at you. But I can say within the lobby there is a full grid, and there's also a brand new driver as well that is joining us, Harry Owag. Just going to call him Harry because I butchered his name in the 24 Hours of F1 earlier on in the year. He is joining in the Mercedes, the vacant Mercedes now taken up by him. And we've also got PB Racing as well in the Alfa Romeo, who I think is filling in for one Kieran McGinley tonight as well. So Kieran absent, he said to me last night he might be absent, and PB Racing has now taken the spot as a reserve in that Alfa Romeo spot. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how he gets on. But it is a full grid. Remarkable from Monaco last week.
I have to say, it's beautiful to see, right? I mean, we have some, and not only in Division 2, you know, in the different divisions we have hard points, you know, hard moments in different part of the season. But it's good to see that now, you know, the turnout is higher than ever. And yeah, having a full grid, it's always, I think it's a synonym for good racing and a good show.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic, I think, out on track tonight. Let me have a tune into the comment section then and see how you guys are doing here tonight. League Racing TV and Cowboy all in the chat there. Only the 2 comments in the comment section. If you want to get involved, of course, do put yourself into that comment section. Of course, we are coming up towards the 1-year anniversary since the tragic passing of Antoine Hubert, who sadly passed away. And it was announced today, which I think was very touching, to be honest, that they've retired the number 19 seat in Formula 2 to pay tribute to Antoine Hubert, who sadly lost his life, of course, at Spa. Spa, obviously, at the forefront of our minds, with it being this weekend. And it's going to be really intriguing, I think, going back to what is going to happen tonight. It's going to be really intriguing, I think, to see what is going to happen. And hopefully you guys will watch Spa and will pay tribute to Antoine Hubert in your own way. I can hear a frantic pressing of the X button, I think, in the background from my co-commentator, which means he's on his way.
I thought I had it like way far from the mic, and I was like, you know, going through the intro like, come on, get ready now.
Ah, you can't kid a kidder. You cannot kid a kidder. You can't kid me at all. I heard that, and I want to make sure everyone knew that he was on his way. But he should be joining.
I'm on my way.
Oh, there he is.
In. There we go, finally.
Yep, so he's just joined the lobby. We can now start qualifying here for the Canadian Grand Prix. Final thoughts from you, Paco, as we go into tonight. Who's your top 3? I'm predicting already. Already, yeah.
On qualifying or in race?
For qualifying.
For qualifying, I'm gonna say him short because he's always quite fast. I'm gonna put probably AJ second, and I'm gonna go with Kylie third.
Interesting. I'm not going to make my predictions known until we get into qualifying and until I do the introduction, of course, which will be the next thing to do on track. But with all of that being said, we are about to get into qualifying. Of course, 14 corners await these guys out on track tonight. It is going to be really intriguing to see what happens here tonight around the man-made island in Canada, in Montreal, Quebec. And we are here tonight. So without further ado, let's get straight into qualifying. Well, good evening everyone and welcome to Division 2. We are here for TTML. It is Season 1, Round 5 around the Canadian Grand Prix circuit of the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, a man-made island that has been designed up to test these drivers here tonight. I am James Head. Joining me in the commentary box, of course, is Paco Suarez. We'll introduce Paco in just a second, but it should be a very fascinating night. And what is his second last commentary here in TTML? 4.3 kilometres in length with 3 DRS zones. One down the start-finish straight, one down towards turn 8, one down towards turn 13 as well. Quite a bit of elevation change coming through the middle sector. It's going to be fascinating to see. We should see a lot of overtaking here within the race and within qualifying as well. And without further ado, let us get straight into qualifying and let me show you the new drivers' standings, because there is the standings should be coming up on your screen right now, and I'll take it from my graphic here. So it is Wesker who leads the way on 84 points, from M Short in second on 82, with Scuba in third on 80 points. Adamako in fourth on 48, with Matt Tippos in 5th on 47, Matter in 6th on 43, Sway and Kieran McGinley 42 points joint in 7th, with Kyled in 9th on 40 and Gary in 10th on 35. The first cars are coming out on track, but Dan Morris and Jekyll also on 35 points, AJ on 30, Powdy on 29, Vic Mill and Ginger on 25, Cowboy on 24, Chubbs on 23, Patrick on 21 and Mac Maverick in 20th on 18 points. hopefully you guys enjoyed that new look at the drivers' standings coming into tonight. And just to pinpoint as well the constructor standings, McLaren leading on 115 points, with Racing Point in second on 114, Alfa Romeo in third on 107, Renault in fourth on 90, Williams in fifth on 88, Ferrari in sixth on 70, Red Bull in seventh on 66, Haas in eighth on 52, AlphaTauri in ninth on 46, and Mercedes in 10th on just the 18 points. We see on board with Swayze, he's about to come out on track. And of course, Paco, we come into tonight seeing some of these guys. How do you think they're going to get on?
I think it's going to be an interesting quali. They already showed it in Monaco, you know, that they always push to the limit. But just telling you, if you're trying to make everyone forget, you know, that you have a prediction that you have to make, you're not achieving that. So come on, mate. What's your top 3 for qualifying?
Top 3 for qualifying. It's going to be really intriguing. I think Wesker might do it, you know. I think Wesker might take pole position, Scuba second, and M Short for third. I don't think we'll dive away from the front 3 too often. The medium pilot, by the way, set the fastest lap of the race around here in qualifying with a 107.6. We should see 107.9s, 108 flats, I'm thinking.
Not really sure about the time you can do it, but yeah, I would actually, yesterday in Division 1, on Tuesday, my bad. What times were they doing?
107.6 was medium pilot's fastest lap.
Well, seeing that I'm sure was quite close in Monaco to the Division 1 guys, maybe 1.8 flats, yeah, I would agree there.
We're right on board with Gary, who I don't think is one of the first guys out on track. I think it might be one of the Racing Points of Wesker, possibly. But we're right on board with Gary anyways. He's coming through the middle sector. Let's see what his middle sector is like. 40.9 through the middle sector. Inevitably, I think as we get through qualifying, we should see a lot of invalidations possibly going through into the wall of champion chicane, but also a lot of improvements as well. If Paco is... Nice stop there from Gary. If Paco is... Nice stop there from Gary. If Paco is...
When you sound the alarms and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, I am coming, I'll fight it. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, I'll be your army. Seeing monsters at your window, no you can't sleep, you pretend though, you don't have to play the hero. Cause I got you like you got me, when the earth shakes.
Nice stop there from Gary. If Paco is...
When your nightmares turn to real life and the ground's filled up with landmines, we will face it standing side by side. You know I'll come running when you need. I'm coming. You know I'll come running. If you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarm and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. If you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarms and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, I am coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army.
7th at this stage. J. Cole, interestingly, on a set of mediums, 108.8. But now J. Cole in the Ferrari, now running down. 4 tenths up through the middle sector. Let's see what the Brits can do. We now come down towards the wall of Champion Chicane, famously where Schumacher, Hill and Villeneuve got caught out in 1998. Tom, I think, has just joined the stream. I am commentating over this, Tom. J. Cole now coming around the final corner across the line. He goes 5th, 108.6. Nice up that by J. Cole, Paco.
I'm not sure actually.
You're not sure?
I mean,
A 108.6 and a good improvement there from J. Cole is not... very strange. Anyways.
oh, and Mercedes goes round.
Yeah, I just saw that actually. Mac Maverick, middle sector.
And he has no front wing, so I think he made contact with the wall.
Yeah.
Or something, as we are back online, so we are now in the stream in the League Racing TV channel.
Oh, well, welcome back everyone to League Racing TV. I do apologise. I'm honestly not sure what happened there. I don't think it was down to my connection at all, which is very strange. Anyways, as we see Mac Maverick there just having a bit of a moment. Matt Tibos leading from Scuba 2nd, M Short in 3rd, Sway in 4th, J. Cole in 5th as you rejoin us here with 7 minutes to go. Gary through the final corner. Is he going to improve the Irishman as he comes across the line? Yes, goes 5th. Look at how tight it is between Gary to Adamaco. It is 16 hundredths of a second. Ooh. Wow. Mightily close.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. And then you have Patrick just behind as well as Adamaco. Yeah, like you said, it's just... And I've seen just TTG Coreboy going through the finish line, and he put himself in 11th. So not a bad qualifying from him. That, as we said in Monaco, you know, he has been struggling a bit in this game. Let's hope he can actually get back to the top positions.
Yeah, just behind the man I'm actually on board with, Wesker, as he comes now round the final corner. The Austrian looking to try and string out his good run of form. He goes 6th with a 108.4. Very nice lap there by Wesker. Interesting little Sway, who set the lap time on a set of medium compound of tyres in the Red Bull, 108.3 in 5th.
Yeah, he could actually be one of the guys to take pole, but watch out, because now I'm sure we're going through the last, well, not the last straight, but the, just into the chicane, to the Wall of Champions. Let's see what he can do. He was improving to 10th and a half in the second sector, so if he nails it, that last chicane, he could actually get himself...
Oh, brilliant lap.
Yeah.
M really Short with a 107. Yeah, M Short with a 107.9. Dan Morris has gone 2nd actually as well. Just spied that.
Wow.
The McLaren has gone 2nd ahead of Matt Tibos by 700ths of a second. So nice up there by Dan Morris. But M Short First one into the 107s. I think we're going to see more of a theme, possibly rolling on with about 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, I mean, we still have plenty to see as Matt Tivos is right now finishing the first sector and he's just 3,000ths of a second up on his time, so his improvement is marginally, but he still has to go the second and third sector, so if he nails it, he might be able to maybe get back to the pole position.
Yeah, Matt Tivos, let's see him coming through the end of the middle sector. 700 downs. He's actually lost time through the middle sector.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can set it back up through this final sector. Only a couple of corners through the final sector, of course. It is one of the shortest final sectors, I think, in the Americas, certainly. Matt Tivos now coming around the final couple of corners. He's about to hit the wall of champion chicane.
Ooh.
And he's going to go on. He's invalidated. He completely messed up the entrance into that, Matt Tivos.
Yeah, I mean, but like from him, but right now behind him is Scuba coming with a mad pace. It seems like he could actually get a pole. He was purple in sector 2. Let's see if he doesn't invalidate. He doesn't. What will he say?
Hesitant. Cross the line, goes second. If it wasn't for that hesitation coming around the wall of champion chicane, I think he would have went into the 107s. Whether he would have beat M short, I think it's a different thing. I think through the final corner he can find maybe 1-2 tenths alone there.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you. I mean, he still have time to go back to the pits and maybe have another go, but it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, it's gonna be really close. The Haas man, however, Captain Chops, coming through the end of the first sector, 300 up through the first sector. He is one on a set from mediums onto a set of softs now for his lap. 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go as we go through here in qualifying. And he's just invalidated.
And he had damage. So.
Oh yeah, good spot. White side end plate damage. Do you think he hit that actually coming out of turn 4, possibly?
Probably, yeah, because at the start of the lap he didn't have damage, so that's the only spot I can actually think to get damage on the right side end play.
Yeah, I came on board with him through the end of through the end of turn 5, through the first sector split, so I didn't see anything there. But then again, I might need my eyes testing, I think, with that. To be honest, Mac Maverick is not improving. 400%. We've only got a couple of drivers actually out on track, but look at how close it is actually. This grid, M short all the way down to Coreboy, top 13, separated by a second.
Yeah, it's insane, and it's not only that. Then you take off Coreboy and Matter, you know, and until Adam Mako, you have 11 drivers in less than 7/10. It's just insane.
We ran on board with Gary as he came across the line there, not improving 2 tenths. He has just gone on to lap, so the Irishman now up for his second lap here. Let's see what he's going to do. So he did improve on his lap. I think it was a 108.8 he set originally. It was a 108.6 now, his personal best, and he's already nearly 3 tenths up. Through the first sector is Gary. He's really trying to find the time here. You can find a lot of time around here in Canada. So Gary will be hoping to try and replicate that now coming through towards the end of the middle sector. Now through turn 8 and 9. Looking very nice through there. Coming through the kink at turn 10. And then at the hairpin at turn 11. Gary through the middle sector. Oh, it's 4 tenths up. Gary looking really promising here for a lap. I think he could even beat Scuba if he really catches up through the wall of champion chicane. If he really nails that section up, I think Gary is going to be right on the pace here with Scuba. Gary now running down towards the final couple of corners out on track. We have got Adamako and the likes on laps as well. Gary now around the final 2 corners, really attacked that beautiful entry. Coming into the wall of champion chicane. Could be a 107 from Gary across the line. Oh, he goes second. 108 flat, and he's a 10th off M short. Very nice lap there by the Irishman.
Yeah. And yeah, it's not a really bad lap, so I have to say fair try to him. And then we have now, I think you said Adam Mako, right?
Yeah, he's invalidated.
Oh, so then go and watch Sway, as I think he's in a really good lap on softs.
Yeah, 108.3 on a set of mediums. If he improves 4 tenths on a set of softs, he's going to be right up there at the pace. He's 300s down though. But I wonder actually if he's trying to prepare up for another lap. You might see him just back off slightly here if he's not going to go for this lap, and he'll go for the last one and be one of the last to come across the line.
Well, I mean, really, starting on mediums, being on the top 10 with mediums, it's not a bad idea. It was PB Racing, or who was it? Who improved there?
PB Racing, yeah, you're right. 8 tenths of a second, so the reserve goes 5th with a 108 flat, filling in for Kieran McGinley tonight.
Yeah, good. I mean, Alfa Romeo seems to have a good lineup for this race.
They do have a really good lineup. Obviously, M Short out on top. Dan Morris has just started off on a lap. Sway obviously retiring there. Matt Tibos, I think, has just started a lap as well. See anybody further down? J. Cole.
Oh, he
around the final corner. Yeah. Invalidates through the left hand of the chicane. Chubbs has left the session. He would have improved 3/10 on that lap, actually, J. Cole. Parody is through the middle sector. Patrick, however, is on the lap. And the AlphaTauri and Matter as well.
But he's behind, I think, the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, Patrick now coming through the final 2 corners, actually, as he comes through. Looking nice here, the LR man, the Leones racing man, of course. Patrick goes 6th, 108.2, and he's only 700ths off Dan Morris as we approach the end of qualifying.
Matter was purple in sector 2, although I don't know if it was reliable. Let's see where he goes.
11th.
186. Yeah, 11th. And look at that, it's just insane. Everyone is so close.
Powdy hits the right-hand side wall. He invalidated as well through the wall of Champion Chicane. He comes across the line. Wesker is running down towards the final couple of corners as well. I think we might have M Short on the lap coming through the final corner. Across the line. Doesn't improve. 500ths down. Did he pick up damage coming through the final corner, I wonder? He didn't, I don't think. Patrick not on the lap. Wesker across the line. Doesn't improve either. And invalidated.
And Maverick is about to head to the final straight as he heads. Oh, he invalidated, but just behind Scuba.
Scuba ran the final corner, 200ths down. Nice entry into the corner, but he's going to have to find 800ths on Gary. I don't think this is possible. And he doesn't. 500ths he finds, but not the 700ths he required. He goes 3rd, and he stays 3rd, in fact. As a result, Patrick, the last one to come into pit, and that is qualifying over. M Short out on top, a 107.9. Not bad prediction in terms of my quali times, I think, there, to be honest.
No, not bad at all. But we can see that once again, M Short is just one step ahead of everyone. I mean, again, the poleman, the man to beat. So I think it's going to be a really, really difficult race for the rest of the guys.
Really tight out on top. An Irish compadre, an Irish combatanship, I should say. Filling out 2nd, 3rd and 4th, but it is on Short out on top by 900ths of a second from Gary in 2nd. Good qualifying from him, best of the season. Scuba in 3rd with Dan Morris in 4th. PB Racing in 5th on his debut with Matt Tibos in 6th. Patrick in 7th. Sway, interestingly, on that set of mediums in 8th position. Wesker in 9th with Powdy in 10th. Matter in 11th. J. Cole in 12th. Adamako in 13th. Khaled in 14th. Top 14 separated by less than a second. Cowboy in 15th, AJ 16th, Captain Chubb 17th, Harry in 18th, Maverick in 19th, and Ginger, actually, the only one not to set a lap time and starts right at the back of the grid in 20th position.
Yeah, I mean, in St. Quali, I have to say they were pretty close, and just seeing how the grid was, I think we're ahead of an exciting race. And just before we start with the strategy and all that, thank you to the 31 spectators that have joined to the stream.
Wow.
Glad to have you here. Yeah, insane, right? 31.
That is more than normal, I think, for a Division 2 stream, which is fantastic. Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in. I do apologise about my little glitch that I might have had on my end with the connection. It didn't seem like my connection, but still, 20 seconds to go until the start. Dry race, it seems, but this is how it was in Division 1, and then look what happened. We had a changeable race right from the second half of the race to wet conditions pretty much right at the end of the race. It's going to be really fascinating in terms of strategy out on track.
Oh, I think it's going to be probably a two-stop for this race.
Yeah, I think, well, there is the pretty good pit stop strategy, as you say. Lap 9 to 12 on a set of softs, and then onto a set of mediums. Lap 19 to 21 is the pit window for M Short as we start off here within the formation lap. And let's have a look at what strategy everyone is on. Looking down the field, we've got quite a few on the mediums as to be expected, but we've also got a few guys on the set of soft compound of tyres. So the top 10 obviously qualifying on the same strategy as they did. Let's focus, though, on 3 drivers in particular, and I'll have to get them up very quickly on my end. So we're right on board with Patrick, who was in 7th. The AlphaTauri man, hopefully going to be producing a good performance out on track tonight. He did receive a 5-second time penalty, and that was added on to his race time for causing an incident with Adamako. This was from the Netherlands. for round 3, so that gets added on to his time at the end of the race. We also have to focus on Sway as well, just starting in behind him. There is his predicted pit stop strategy. Very hard to say that. Sway did take his first ever podium finish in TTML Division 2 last week in Monaco. He's on a set of mediums, hoping to do the same once again. And also our pole sitter, M Short. His last 4 results, a did not start in Australia. He wasn't even in the league in Australia. First in Vietnam, third in the Netherlands, and first in Monaco. Paco, though, we're at the end of the formation lap. You know what time it is. Top 3 prediction time.
Time to screw it at drivers' races, but yeah. I'm gonna go safe. Well, that's a bold statement, but yeah. I'm gonna go M Short first. I'm gonna put probably Scuba in second. And I'm gonna probably go with PB Racing in third.
Interesting top 3 there from my co-commentator on his penultimate commentary. Show him some love there in the comment section as well. My top 3, however, I'm going to go a little bit wild and wacky, to be honest. I'm going to go M Short for the win, Matt Tibos second, Scuba third.
Interesting.
There you go. But we are about to get underway. The 5 red lights are about to go out here in the formation lap. And the lights are about to come on as we go for round 5 here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It is 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Good stop by Gary, could get the run actually on M Short. Very good stop by Scuba as well. He's trying to thread the yard on needle as my cameras have totally messed up. Going down towards turn 1, and that is a dive bomb, I think, from the Alpha Tauri. That is PB Racing. Already Paco's prediction has gone. VSC has been deployed early on, and PB Racing sent it down in towards turn 1. Had a phenomenal start. Looked like he was in P3 going down towards turn 1. What happened there though? It looked like he picked up damage.
He just launched it, but really launched it, and he made contact. I mean, he went for an impossible move there for P2, and he just made contact and spun. And I think someone else was affected by that move, because I think there was some piece of front wing, you know, going off from some cars.
Yeah, we're back underway. The VSC has ended, so that right side end plate damage for PB Racing has been taken, although he is trying to go down to the inside here on Mac Maverick. Gets the move done, actually. Mac Maverick might have been the one with front end plate damage there as well. M Short, though, has bolted 8 tenths away from Gary as we run down the straight. Blue flags, I don't know why, are being shown, coming down towards the wall of Champion Chicane. Sort your game out, Cold Masters. Coming around the final corner, M Short, second lead from Gary in second. Scuba in third, Dan Morris in fourth. Pretty much the main protagonist, as there was a bit of a dive bomb there down in the background. I think that might have been from Wesker on the back of Patrick.
Well, I mean, I was watching another one, which was between Corpo and Captain Tops, as J. Cole went to the pits and Kyler and Junior, I think, to change their front wing. But yeah, then Corpo had to catch the chicane, I think, because he was going really deep.
It's a yellow flag in sector 1, and I think that's Mac Maverick that's ran through turn 2. It is. Mac Maverick ran through turn 2. Sway's struggling, actually. He's just been overtaken by Matter, and he is down into 9th position. He's got left side end plate damage, so I wonder actually if he's hit the wall on the exit of turn 1, perhaps, because it wasn't there when he started the lap. So I can only assume he's hit the wall on the left side. But top 7 beginning to really string out the rest of the field, to be honest. Matter and Sway obviously on different tyres. Wesker right on the back, actually, of Patrick as we come through. But it is M Short who leads, Gary in second, but you would imagine Scuba is going to have a go at him, possibly down in towards turn 1. Of course, DRS not enabled until next lap around. Should be quite interesting, this battle between the 2 Irishmen. And factor in Dan Morris as well, 3 Irishmen.
Yeah, and there's another one into the pits. That's Sway.
Yeah, left side end plate damage, so I'm not surprised he has came into the pits. He could go hards and then mediums towards the end of the race, possibly. But Matt Tibos coming now around through the final, or through turn 2, onto lap 3 we go. M Short does lead by a second. Gary in second, Scuba third, Dan Morris in fourth, Matt Tibos in fifth, with Patrick in sixth, Wesker seventh. Matt joining onto the back of these guys actually now, so front run of 8 drivers out on track, which doesn't look too bad of a battle, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. I have to say it doesn't. But we can see that Matter, in the end, has been able to rejoin, you know, that group. But then Powdy, it's now 2.7 off.
Yeah, Powdy really struggling actually in that Haas. Obviously, Captain Chubbs is just 2 positions behind him as well. Go through the hairpin. Lovely camera angle, that. Love that, as we see the front 8 now filter through. And then the guys in behind, of course. Are we going to see any overtakes, I wonder? Scuba on the back of Gary. Not going to be close enough, I don't think. But DRS, as you can see, is enabled. M Short leading. He looks quite comfortable out in front, but Scuba very slow out the run. And now Dan Morris could have a little run at him down towards turn 1. I don't think he's going to be close enough. Somebody that might be, though, was Adamako on the back of Powdy. AlphaTauri against Williams. And Powdy, I'm sorry, Haas against Williams, I should say. I'm getting my cars mixed up. Powdy through turns 1 and 2. Hangs on to the position. PB racing into the pit lane. Again?
Yeah, it seems. Yeah, no, he didn't go. He didn't go to the pits before. I mean, he had damage. He tried to stay out, you know, to try and save that pit stop. But yeah, probably the damage was too much to actually stay out.
See how quick those mediums are as well. Adamako right on the back of Powdy, but Ginger setting the new fastest lap of the race, 1:11.5, I think that was from him. So very nice lap there by Ginger. Obviously the times will go down. Gary latching onto the back of M Short, coming through the hairpin. 6 tenths off. I don't think he's going to be close enough running down the straight. Yeah, I don't think he will be. Scuba on the back of him as well. You can see the McLaren there in the background. Lovely rear shot as we ride on board with the Ferrari. And then front shot on the back of M Short. But Gary and M Short, 2 League of Europe Division 1 drivers, leading the way.
Interesting. I mean, I have to say that there is a Haas sandwich going on there. You know, probably I don't think Adamako feels comfortable.
Yeah, Chubb's trying to go down the inside of Adamako. Sorry to cut in there. I thought he was going to dive on him down the inside of turn 1. Powdy just about hanging on for the position as well. But Adamako in 10th, making good use of those mediums. Chubbs, though, I think looking quicker than everyone at this stage. And Cowboy's latching onto the back of this as well.
Yeah, Cowboy actually catching and he's on medium, so technically he's in a better strategy. We'll have to see as we see some drivers getting 3-second time penalty. Yeah,
both Mercedes, I think that was. Harry Noag and McMaverick picking up 3-second time penalties out on track for the Mercedes. Of course, we will give a rundown of the penalties towards the end of the race, but if you are just tuning in, if you've missed out on what is completely happening, we haven't had any overtakes as such just yet. M Short does lead though from Gary in 2nd, Scuba 3rd, Dan Morris in 4th, Matt Tibos in 5th. Front 4's pulled away. I'm not sure what's happened to Matt Tibos, but he's really dropped off the back now, out of DRS range, and now it seems to me, as we see Adamako now trying to go for the move here on Powdy down the inside, Powdy into the pit lane. Very close actually to making contact, but Adamako through. He's now into 8th place, 8th position because Matt Tibos is in.
He didn't have damage, so it's actually a strategical pit stop.
Yeah.
Probably his tires were already gone, but it's a bit early, I have to say.
Yeah, it is a little bit too early, I think. I normally rate at about lap 7, lap 8. He does get ahead in free traffic, really, with McMafrick just joining actually out behind him. So Matt Tibos now in clear air, can put the hammer down. 5.7 seconds, so Harry just in front of him. But he shouldn't be taking any liberties, I think, to try and close that gap. He should just really control that. He's got the quicker car. He's probably on quicker tyres now as well. And now Matt Tibos has got to make his staking claim for a top 3 finish.
Yeah, definitely. Not easy, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a difficult race now. We'll have to see what the rest do. But it's true that if you bid that early, you don't have the same chances really. And it's gonna be interesting to see what Adamako, you know, and Captain Chaps do now that they have. Oh, actually, the other has. Yeah, quite weird. I mean, we're seeing some early pit stop, and this could actually pull, you know, other drivers into the pits because this is gonna mean they are gonna do undercuts.
Yeah, undercuts I think are quite potent around here in Canada, so watch out for the undercuts. I am going to be back in just a second, but we ride on board as FRL Ginger actually has DNF'd out of the race after retirement in the pit lane, that is. Which is a shame because we did see somebody spin there in Division 1 quite similarly on the inside coming around the final corner. I think it was Killer Blue, if I'm not mistaken, in Division 1 that spun through the final corner. He caused the safety car to come out. The first one, I think it was, and he spun out of the exit of turn 14 on the exit of the Water Champion chicane. But I will be back in a minute. We're right on board with
All right.
Wesker, by the way, on the back of Patrick.
All right. So we can see the racing point trying to get past Patrick, as Patrick has already lost plenty of time to the guys ahead. Just ahead, I think the McLaren is going to try a move. You're not going to be able to see it now, he stays behind. So we're still in this battle between Wesker and Patrick, and matter that he could actually join at any moment soon. Well, I mean, he's in the battle, but he might try a move. It's interesting to see, you know, Wesker. I've said during the season, you know, that AJ and Wesker have been doing pretty similar, and I don't really understand how Wesker has that much of a gap to his teammate. I mean, I'm not underestimating what he's doing, right? But it's true that AJ, I think he deserves more points than what he really has. He bottled in Hanoi, if I'm not mistaken. He made a silly mistake, and that's probably what costed him that much. But yeah, meanwhile, I think, well, Dan Morris is now not that close to his teammate, but behind, look at that, Wesker now trying to defend from the Renault. It's gonna be quite close. Will he be able to defend? I think he has more strength like speed, as we see Scuba diving into the pits as well as Patrick. So now Wesker has some clean air. And let's see what's his real pace though. We can see that the game indicates that the pit window it's open to go into the hards, but I'm not sure if it said if technically that would be a one pit stop. But yeah, and we can see that now Matter, I think he's gonna struggle to keep up with the racing point, but maybe he proves me wrong. Let's see. Let me switch the gap into leader, because probably I think Scuba has gone to a clear undercut, and we can see James Head is back.
I am back, and I think you're on board with Scuba and Matt Tibos, if I'm not mistaken, for 9th and 10th.
Now I was with Wesker because it's what you were streaming, but yeah, now I'm with Scuba. He went into the pits with Patrick, and I think he's going for an undercut since his teammate was attacking him on the previous lap, and I think he decided that the undercut was the best decision.
Yeah, I think Scuba right on the back of Matt Tibos, looking to try and get the overtake done. He has got a lot of overspeed here. Are we going to see the McLaren through on the Renault? I think you bet you can. Scuba down the inside line. Matt Tibos not fighting that at all. Scuba through, and he's now into what will be 5th position, I think, out on track. No, 6th position, as M Short and the lights are into the pits. So Scuba, M Short and Scuba are going to be side by side, honestly, coming out the pit lane here. M Short, oh, he's just about ahead towards Matt Tibos. Or is he? Because M Short's trying to get the outside line. Round the outside, he goes through turn 3 and 4. They're fighting horse like Vettel and Hamilton.
Yeah,
Matt Tibos,
exactly.
Side by side, going through turn 3 and 4, never going to work. M Short should have just backed off that, get the DRS run, and now that has actually cost Matt Tibos the DRS to Scuba ahead. And now here comes M Short for the move around the outside through turn 8. Matt Tibos will put up a fight. Oh, and M Short shuts the door. M Short shuts the door, just left him a little bit of lack of room there. And M Short came across, spun Matt Tibos round. Matt Tibos down to 11th. Drama in Canada.
He won't be happy with that. I mean, alright, that M Short was clearly faster than the Renault, but he had to leave space. You always have to leave space, you know, as Alonso said. But yeah, unfortunate for Matt Tibos, he's now down to 11th. He actually made a really good call, you know, going into the pits, as he made his undercut work, and he recovered those 3 seconds or 2 seconds that he was losing to the guys ahead. But yeah, now all his race probably ruined.
Yep, and Scuba's just put a car in front of M Short as well. Beautiful move that down towards turn 1 for Scuba. McLaren man is up into 5th position and is best placed actually out of the title rivals coming into tonight, theoretically out on track. Gary currently leads, still yet to come into the pits. Matter in 2nd, Cowboy 3rd, Anamaco in 4th, and AJ as well, still yet to come into the pit lane. Everyone else has. What's interesting though, Matt Tibos has rejoined behind Sway. Sway pitted in for sort of soft compound of tyres, obviously to make up for the damage that he received. Matt Tibos is not too far off, I think. It's still a top 5 finish still, which is remarkable given that he's just been spun around.
Yeah, but you have to keep in mind that Gary and Mater, you know, haven't made a pit stop, and I think that they will probably be ahead of Matt Tivers. So I think, oh, and AJ,
Yeah, M
getting
Short.
overtaken by the Alfa. Yeah, he's quite fast.
Yeah, M Shorts just absolutely breezed past AJ. Very nice, simple move by M Short. He's through up into 6th position.
and I
Sways
was
in.
saying before, yeah, actually Sways in. Probably he will go to
Mediums.
I assume.
Mediums for 23 laps?
Or maybe a 2-stop. Well, a 2-stop, a 3-stop. I don't know. I think he could have the pace to actually gain that time he lost. I'm not sure, but it could possibly work.
He could do. He's going to be out behind Mac Maverick. He's going to be out in 17th position, pretty much out of any sort of big points haul out on track. Scuba, by the way, is through on Adamaco down in towards turn 8 and 9, which I think is what you were riding on board with there, Paco. A nice move by Scuba.
Yeah,
he's up the 4th.
But I wouldn't say nice move since Adamaco let him through, basically. I just have to say something that I don't know if you're aware of that, but Corboy posted an image on Twitter which showed of the drivers, I think, in F2 were on the same party together, as we can see Scuba getting past Corboy. So maybe something going on there, you know? Maybe Adamaco giving a little help to Scuba.
Yeah, and M Short right on the back of Adamaco as well, as we see Gary pit in from the lead of the race. Gary's going to be right out in the thick of things, I think. Yeah, he's going to be behind, actually, Dan Morris coming out of the pit lane, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be tight, but he should get the run. As we see right on board with him now, yeah, he should have the run on Patrick, and he does. So he's out ahead of Patrick, which is good. M Short on the back of Adamaco, though, back to the attention. And Dan Morris is fighting with AJ as well. Just in behind this, there's quite a few battles beginning to really hot up out on track, which is good for us, good for the viewers as well. Matter leads, Scuba second, Callboy in third, J. Cole with a 3-second time penalty. I'm sure trying to go around the outside of Adamaco, doesn't. Dan Morris through on AJ, easy move by the looks.
And I have to say, it seems like Scuba has some good friends in the grid, because Adamaco let the McLaren go by like nothing, but he's putting things difficult to M Short, so definitely I think M Short is not in that party, because probably he would be complaining about that.
Oh, there's a great three-way battle going on as well. Powdy, Haranoag, the new driver, and PB Racing all going on for 14th position out on track. Powdy just about getting the car stopped into the hairpin. Here's Harry Ornog going around the inside, and I have just messed up his name for the first time. Probably not the last time tonight as well. Harry now on the back of Powdy. And yeah, Cowboy into the pit lane. Not surprised, honestly, with the pit stop there. But Harry now down the inside on Powdy. He's not going to commit the move, is he? Down the inside in towards the final two corners. Beautiful stuff. And now PB Racing on the back of this as well. M Short on the back of Adamaco. But here comes PB Racing on the back of Powdy. Could get 2 for 1. He's looking very quick on the back of Harry. Down the inside. Gets the move done. And he's through and he's up to 15th. And M Short through on Adamaco as well.
Yeah, he made the move. I mean, Marco probably lost the DRS to Corboy since he pitted. Yeah. So yeah, good move, I am sure, but he has lost plenty of time. I mean, is he going to be able to recover from that?
He has lost, with all of this traffic actually being held up and with him not getting the move done when he did, and with him spinning Matt Tebos as well, he's lost 3 seconds out of all that. 3 seconds might not seem like much, but trust me, it is the difference between you winning the whole thing and you getting possibly 3rd, even 4th on the grid.
Definitely, I completely agree there.
Adamaco in.
And it's gonna, yeah, Adamaco in. But it's gonna be interesting because if he's able to gain back all that time, it's what really proves, you know, that a driver can win a championship, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And I think Scuba obviously 2.5 seconds ahead, but M Short is really hammering that gap in. It's 2.3 now out on track. He is flying. Once again, Gary, by the way, got the move done on AJ. That was down towards turn 1, and that is him through, and he's up into now a net P4 out on track. Is it possible that Gary could get these tyres to the end of the race? 23 lap all mediums there will be by the end. Can he get them to the end, or will he have to pit once again? And will he have to rely on the guys ahead to pit as well?
It's a difficult call, but I think he can, as we have yellow flags in Sector 2.
That's Chubbs, I think. Yeah, it is Chubbs.
Yeah,
ran through turns 8 and 9. Just cut off on board there with Scuba on the back of ILT Matter. There's a lot of action going on here. Scuba down the inside, Matter into the pit lane. Matter into the pits. Yeah, he had 14 lap all medium, so I don't blame him. But Scuba leads. M short though. How's he only a second and a half away? He's absolutely flew on this last lap.
No, but not only that. I mean, you could see, you know, that Matter obligated Scuba, you know, to go down the inside to make the move. But what Scuba didn't know is that the Renault was going into the pits, so he took like if he was doing an overtake, right, and he had a terrible exit from that chicane, and that's what really helped M Short to get close to him again.
PB Racing trying to go around the outside of Harry. This is for 13th. Sway involved in this as well. Chubbs is retired in the pit lane, but Chubbs is out of the race and he's retired in the pit lane, so I don't think there will be any call for safety car out on track. Harry picks up a 3-second time, but there's a phenomenal four-way battle going on here for P13. Harry really fighting up the attention. Sway, PB Racing, who tried to go around the outside, made a little bit of contact, and now Parody on the back of this as well. But it looks like Sway is going to make light work of Harry. Down the inside he goes, and he's through up to 13th. No strings attached really with that move, and J. Cole's through on Matter. Not surprised. J. Cole will probably be coming into the pits.
Oh, the Alfa Romeo. Round the outside he goes.
No way.
Hairpin, wait for the switch back.
No, Harry's there. Parking it on the inside.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of contact. Nothing more, nothing less, to be honest. And now it's a straight drag race down in towards the final corner. But you can see Harry deploying that overtake mode. PB Racing's got nothing left. He's got nothing left in the tank in terms of ERS. Runs into the back of Harry. Got to be very careful, these two. He can now deploy his ERS, but it's only running at half the energy. He's down the inside, and he made contact, and Harry has to back out of that one. It looked to me as if PB Racing might have been coming across on Harry. Harry kept his line straight. PB Racing, he's on all the tyres, but come on, you can race cleaner than that.
I mean, I have to say, I saw PB Racing turning into him in the middle of the straight, and come on, mate, that's not normal, I have to say.
It's not a corner, it's a straight. That's what the guy has got to think, and he's got to race a lot cleaner than that, because I'm sure the stewards will want to take a look at that. Adamako, by the way, is on the back of Matter. This is for 11th and 12th position out on track. Matter on a set of hards. He will be feeling the effects of those tyres early on, but he can get them tyres to the end of the race as well. Wesker's in a good position actually as well. He's on the back of Matt Tibos. He's on a set of hards and closing up quite fast to the back of Matt Tibos. And it looks like AJ might be holding up a bit of a train here as well, because Patrick, is he going to go for the move down and towards turn one? Yeah, he's got the overspeed down the inside. AJ gives way, Patrick through. Beautiful stuff.
And I think the Racing Point is lucky to not have damage since he made contact with the AlphaTauri, but look at that. I mean, he's losing quite a lot of time, and I think, to be honest, what AJ does with those mediums, I think it's going to be a perfect reference to Gary.
Trying to go around the outside of turn 5, down the inside into turn 6. Brilliant move by Matt Tibos. Phenomenal stuff.
And you can see how AJ went deep. I don't know if that was to also let his teammate by.
Yeah,
but
it was.
Yeah, interesting. And what I would say that Gary should actually take a look to what the AJ is doing, because in the end he has 17 lap mediums, and Gary will have 21 was it lap mediums. So I think he should take a look to what AJ is doing.
Adamako down the inside of J. Cole, listens to the hairpin. Great move by the Irishman, gets the job done. Adamako through. Sorry, he's a Brit actually, Adamako. Down the inside. Round the outside actually into the hairpin. Great move. J. Cole now on the back of him, trying to close down. But he has got half deployment in that car in terms of ERS. Adamako still in 10th position. Look at the battle for the lead. Wow, 3/10.
Yeah. Just a quick note on that. J. Cole was behind him on the straight, and despite Adamako having DRS and ERS, activated, it was not enough to actually make a big gap in the straight, Matter with only slipstream. No, sorry, J. Cole with only slipstream. He was able to keep behind.
But now what happens here? Because J. Cole will have to come into the pit lane at some point. Obviously he pitted underneath the VSC on lap 1 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he has already been into the pit. AJ is the only one that hasn't been into the pit lane out on track. Mata will catch him though, on that set of hard compounder tyres. We might see a bit of ILRT working here. It was Esports Masters League last night, but we will see that, I think, from the ILRT guys.
Oh, there we go.
Is M Short?
It's out for M Short. He's all over the McLaren.
Not using any overtake mode of coming down the straight as we ride on board, and Scuba stays in the lead of this race. Wesker's on the back of Matt Tibos. He was looking close out in the corner, but no, he's not going to be on the back. Harry, by the way, and PB Racing are still going at it. They're having a private ding-dong battle, and the Greek is through. He's up into what now will be 13th position, with J. Cole coming into the pit. PB Racing hitting the wall slightly there, and picking up a 3-second time penalty, and is still on the back of Harry, but Harry gets the move done. Now, hopefully, for 13th position.
And just a quick note before this battle between M Short and Scuba goes on. Technically, Vesker is going to the end, and he's only 12.8 behind the leader. I mean, he technically has the pit window, like more than a pit window gap, you know, to try and save that first spot. The problem is that probably the guys ahead are going to be on a softer tire on one side, because the Racing Point, I think, is going round the outside. What's that?
They make contact! Was that Wesker's right tail end plate damage possibly coming off there as well? There was a little bit of end plate damage, I think, that came off that car. I'm not sure. No, all seems fine.
No, there's not.
Wesker on the back though, Matt Tibos. Here we go. Hards against mediums. You know who I'd want to be on at this stage.
That was close.
And Cowboy as well on the back of AJ. Matt Tibos into the pits, probably to go mediums to the end. Fair strategy, I think.
Yeah.
And AJ also went for his first pit stop. There's a lot of action going on. M Short on the back of Scuba. We're more than halfway through. Scuba leads, but M Short second. But McLaren seem like they're going into a very good payday in terms of the constructors' standings. Scuba, Dan Morris, first and third at this stage. And Dan Morris is only 2.4 seconds off. These guys get battling. He'll be on the back within 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, definitely. Totally agree there. So they will have to watch out and not battle that much. But yeah, and just talking about the leaders, I'm sure it's in the perfect position to make an undercut.
Yeah, he could do. It's obviously 4 tenths behind Scuba. And now with full ERS, no overtake mode. There's a yellow flag in sector 2, but it's PB Racing that is round. And I think he's lost that by himself. I didn't see anybody near him. So PB Racing has lost that. That's on the mini-map. Yeah, but Scuba now under pressure. Here comes M Short. This is the move for the lead of the race, and this is the move that should see M Short into the lead of the race. Scuba on the outside line will not defend that. M Short is through, and he's into the lead of the race, but Scuba will try switching back through turn 2. M Short just a little bit sideways there, but he's through, and he's into the lead of the race. Great move.
Yeah, great move, and I think after this, honestly, what Scuba should do is dive into the pits, because he did the undercut once, he should do it twice.
He could do, and he's 6 tenths behind and now losing the time to M Short, who just seems like he is quicker than everyone else out on track. Once he gets that car in front, he just literally switches on into a different world and into his zone. PB Racing is retired, that's in the pit lane.
Oh, come on, I've had 3 heart attacks already. Come on.
We could have had 3 potential safety cars there, like on Tuesday night in Division 1, but we haven't. We have not. 22 at lap 23 out of 35 about to begin. M Short leads by now 8 tenths of a second. Don't be surprised, as Paco says, if Scuba comes into the pit lane here. Let's run on board with him. No, he's staying out. Scuba stays out.
Tactics.
But there's not really much going on. Adamaco on the back of Cowboy could be a battle to watch on board with. Cowboy under pressure now from Adamaco. Williams against Red Bull. I think this is going to be a move down in towards turn 1. Patrick, however, is into the pits. Patrick taking a gamble. Oh, and Adamaco, goodness me, how on earth he controlled that through the final corner. And is he going to turn it into a from a negative into a positive? No. Stays on the back of Cowboy for 6th position.
About Patrick, just remember Mativus sent the undercut. So I think he's protecting from that undercut, and I think it's going to be a close call, or maybe not.
Mativus is ahead.
It's going to be ahead.
Easily.
Yeah, quite ahead, yeah. So he did the undercut, and I think... No, Vesker was actually going to the end, so I think this is going to be a sprint race for Patrick and Matt to try and catch Vesker.
Yeah, the more they try and catch, the more chance those tyres, of course, will go towards the end of the race. That's what these guys are taking the risk for, to try and get those tyres to the end of the race. The medium should do it no problem at all. Here comes Adamako on the back of Callboy. Switches to the inside line. Callboy should not have left that gap open at all. Adamako just sails through down the inside into the hairpin. Beautiful move, and he's through and he's up to P6. But now Callboy might have just played that a little bit tactically because he's now on the back with DRS now enabled. In fact, he doesn't have DRS enabled because Adamako got the DRS detection zone.
And he's not going into the pit, so he stayed. Well, these guys could actually go till the end.
Sways in.
Yeah, Sways in. Corbo's teammate. Probably he will go on mediums as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy choice.
Too early for a set of softs as well.
Yeah, as well. So I think probably M-Shop, Scuba, Dan Morris, I think they are waiting for that pit window for the softs to open, because they've been already 15 laps in the mediums, so they could easily do 11 laps on mediums. That's what I mean. So I don't get why they are waiting unless they want, you know, to go on softs.
Yeah, M-Short leading the way. Scuba is now trying to close in. He's using a bit of overtake mode up, I think, down the straight. He is catching now 0.8 of a second. Don't be surprised if you see these guys come into the pit lane. No, staying out. Damos is staying out. Yep, Gary's staying out as well. Gary, I think, has got the best chance at the front four to get these ties to the end of the race. PB Racing leads the session. Thank him, Mill, for attending out on track. Patrick on the back of Matt Tibos, 9th and 10th. And Adamako in.
And that was surprising because he was on a 9-lap mediums. I'm just thinking about it. Probably, well, 10 laps off.
Yep, softs.
Yeah, I think. But it's weird because he could have easily made it.
He could have easily made it, but I think he wants a pace advantage over everyone else ahead. He'd be relying, I think, on the likes of Callboy, Wesker possibly to come into the pit lane. It's not a bad strategy at all. I think Adamako will be ahead of Wesker. Oh, certainly ahead of Callboy. I don't think he'll be ahead of Wesker, however, but he is at the pit lane, as it is showing as a bit of a glitch on my end, actually.
You left the session. Matter left the session.
Uh-oh. Oh, brilliant. Why does it do this?
James?
Hello?
Did I leave?
No, I've just left the session.
Oh, but it appears. I think it was a common glitch because everyone has left. I mean,
don't say the F1 servers have gone down.
Half of the grid have left. Someone has been disqualified, which was Adamako.
Oh dear. I think we're probably going on to technical difficulties by now, but if you are tuning in, yeah, that was weird because you cut out on my end for about 10 seconds. And now I'm in a lobby with USA. Very strange.
And you're back in the session?
I'm not back in the session, but I will certainly try and get back in.
Do you need an invite?
Might be able to join through the party. I'll see.
We'll use...
That was definitely not my connection this time.
Oh, and that Morris possible of the track since he almost went into the wall.
I wonder. Can you get the chat up, by the way, on your stream for YouTube?
The chat, the YouTube one.
Yeah. If you can, just see if people's been saying if they've left. Because I'm back in now. We're still live, by the way. I do apologise about this. We are back live. But I'm now going back into the session.
This is quite weird. Well, no one is commentating on it. We have 44 people, which is difficult to believe.
I feel so sorry for every single one of you who has just witnessed a complete and utter glitch, which I think is on the game's end more than anything else.
Weird. I mean, this game having a glitch? Wow.
That's to be expected.
Impossible.
To be expected. Adamako has been disqualified out on track. Scuba's saying he's on 25 laps. I don't know why that is going on. But Gary leads, Dan Morris second, M Short third on my screen. Is that right? I think it is.
But it's weird because there's still people rejoining. And I think the AI made the stop for Scuba and M-Shot.
Ah, so if everyone has left the session and then rejoined, it's got to be a lobby glitch. Dan Morris is in. Dan Morris is in to the pit lane from second. I don't know what's going on anymore.
I don't want to have an opinion on this, but we already know that there is a glitch that if you lag out, you're gonna easily corner cut. So I think it's gonna be quite weird. I mean, it's a difficult decision, you know, for people, but yeah, half of the grid left, and they could have the chance, you know, to exceed a little bit more the track limits.
Yeah. It's very strange. Obviously, if there has been a mass disconnection within the lobby, then it could be taken as a possible restarted race for Division 2 towards the end of the season. I'm not sure. I wouldn't like to come on it now. That's what could happen. Gary, though, does lead the way, and he's still yet to come into the pit lane. M-Short Scuba came into the pit lane as well. Kyled, I think, is the one that is going around near lap down, and he is in fact being lapped by by Gary. Interval timings, by the way, are coming back on my screen, which is good. Gary now on the back. He's still, though, not coming into the pit lane. Is he trying to make those tyres go to the end of the race?
I mean, I said it. He was trying, and I think he will do.
Oh, so we see an Alfa Romeo go inside of a Williams there. Fantastic stuff. I'm sure through to second. In fact, that was on Kyled, wasn't it?
And one battle that is going on right now is Patrick and Matibus, and I have to say, just let me check. Actually, I think Matibus didn't left because he got a warning right now for that. He got the chicane at the exit of the Wall of Champions.
Yeah, Matibus.
He's all over Patrick.
Yeah, it's very strange. Obviously, I think we've said that half the grid left, so I'm not sure what happened there. You were commentating fine on my end, and then I just left the session.
It cut.
Very strange. Yeah, cut for about 10 seconds and then came back. So I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Answers on a postcard, please. Matt Tibos on the back of Patrick. Dan Morris, though, on a fresh set of softs, is really eating into that advantage. And it's now 9/10 per second, 1.7, covering 5th to 7th.
Oh, and, well, yeah, actually, Dan Morris pitted for softs, and now he's trying to recover all that time he lost to the pit stop.
Yeah, it is such a shame. Obviously, with things happening out on track, that really wasn't the driver's fault. Here comes Sway, by the way, on Matter. This is for 9th and 10th. Beautiful move by Sway. Easy as you like. He's through and he's up into 9th position now on Matter. And that was done down in towards the Wall of Champion chicane just beforehand. Even on the straight, that was done. Matt Tibos, though, on the back of Patrick. Patrick has really attributed to this race well, though. He's been one of those slow burners in this race. He started 7th, but he normally has quite a mixed bag of races, to be honest. But Patrick's doing a fantastic job, and remember, he's got the 5-second time penalty from Zandvoort to be added onto his time, so wherever he finishes, it's more likely to be 8th than anywhere else. With that, Damos on the back of Matt Tibos, not close enough.
No, definitely not, and it seems like Scuba cannot really catch M-Short, so that could probably be the win for M-Short if he's able to get Gary, who is actually struggling on those tires.
Yeah, Gary should have pitted, but I think by now he's really costing his advantage. He's going to be out maybe just ahead of these guys as Dan Morris just sails on by past Matt Tibos. Matt had absolutely no chance there. Dan Morris is through and he's up into 6th position. Nearly lost it, control actually going through the corner there, but he's got the move done and he's up into 6th. Nice stuff.
And I think that right now, well, Corpoy might try the move on Matter, and I think once he tries it, I'm gonna do the rundown for penalties.
Yep, like, go now. He hasn't got the move done.
Alright, so let's do it really fast. We have Gary with 2 penalties and 1 warning. We have M-Short with no warnings. We have Scuba in 3rd with 2 warnings and a 5-second time penalty. I think he for speeding in the pits. Then we have Vesker with 3 penalties and 1 warning. Then we have Patrick with 1 penalty. Dan Morris in 6 with just 1 penalty. Matt Tibos in 6 with 3 penalties. AJ in 8 with only 1 warning. Sway with just 1 penalty and 2 warnings. Matter, I think he doesn't have a penalty. And yeah, that would be Corboy have plenty of penalties, 2 penalties.
Damo was through on Patrick. Damo was through on Patrick, down
Corboy
towards the wall of champion chicane, and now Corboy is through on Matter as well. So 2 positions made there.
The other Red Bull as well.
Sway on the back of AJ. Had a poor run out the final corner. AJ just pulls away. Maybe use of overtake mode there. Gary's still out in front though. It's 1.1 seconds. Obviously closing down the gap. But he can put up a staunch defence. He's going to try and get to those tyres at the end of the race. 22 laps of mediums. He's pushing it a bit, but he could manage them.
I think the softs by the end of the race are going to be similar to those. Well, not similar. They're going to be better, but I don't think they're going to be enough to actually make the overtake. But let's see. I think Gary is going to try and defend with everything he has. So
he will. M Short's going to have to be forced around the hard way around the outside, but I mean, look at that. M Short just breezes on by, just waves to Gary going past pretty much, and M Short is through and he's now into the lead of the race. Gary dropping like a stone, and yeah, you can see M Short's happy about that one, getting one over one of the organisers within League of Europe.
And surprisingly, Vesker is
still
sitting.
Sway on the back of AJ. Somebody could impact up, but Sway has got the move done on AJ for 8th position. And he's now through. Mediums against relatively same amount of softs there, to be honest. So Sway through. AJ now struggling on that set of softs. And that is why you go 2-stop, mediums, from a set of hard compound tyres in this race.
Yeah, I think that not the perfect call to do, and I was just saying that Vesker is holding in 4th, but Dan Morris has 2 laps to try and catch up. Will he be able to do it? I'm not sure.
Will he be able to do it? I'm not sure. Yes, Scuba on the back of Gary, 1.4 seconds. It's possible. It's possible he could do it, but Gary is going to have to put up the fight of his life if he wants to try and defend as they come through now. The final 2 corners. It is M Short who leads. You can see the haze actually running through the final corner. Gary now across the line in 2nd. Scuba's lost time. 1.8 seconds now. Maybe managing his tyres.
Definitely. I mean, guys are stretching their tyres. They're just going quite slow. You can see it. Dan Morris just reduced that gap by almost 1 second to Vesker.
Cowboy through an AJ as well. Up to 9th.
Yeah, it's a move. I mean, he's on soft, 6 laps soft, so he should be able to do those easy moves. And next rival, his teammate, so it shouldn't be that difficult to overtake him.
Yeah, M Short 2.7 seconds, Gary 2nd, Scuba 3rd. Yeah, Cowboy 2.3 seconds off the back of Sway. I don't think he'll close in on this next lap, which will be the final lap of the race. Goodness me, where's this race gone? The final lap of the race coming up already, and M Short leads by 2.8 seconds. Gary 2nd, Scuba 3rd. And what on earth has happened here? Oh, don't say it's happened again. Hello? Oh, for God's sake. Why? Oh, I swear to God, honestly.
People left.
And that's on your end. I've left as well. Again. We are still live. I do apologise. You're not going to see the final lap, I'm afraid.
Dan Morris left. I don't think this race should be counted. To be honest, I mean,
Paco,
it's
go.
not my decision.
Final lap commentary, go.
All right. My opportunity. I'm short. Going to do through the final chicane. He's about. Well, if he doesn't make a bottle in the World of Champions, he doesn't. So he's about to finish, to go through the finish line, and he finishes on 1st. Scuba Good race from the McLaren driver with several penalties. He goes third despite making the move on Gary. So Gary is up to second. Great race by the Ferrari driver. I have to say congratulations to him. Let's see Vesker. Vesker finishes fourth, but Patrick overtake him on penalties, as well as Dan Morris, who... Matt Tibus in 8th, Colboy in 9th. The Red Bull driver with those penalties, he was not able to hold the position to Matt Tibus, as we see James head back. And Matter finishes on 10th. J. Cole with all those penalties, he goes down to 12th, and I think it was Pouty, if I'm not mistaken, who took 11th.
The session you were trying to join or spectate is no longer available. Brilliant.
So you're out of the session right now?
Yeah, I've just tried to rejoin. Oh no, I'm in the session. Has the result? Are the results coming up? That's why.
Yeah, right now the sessions. You cannot see the.
I can't see the results. We send a screenshot to Tom with them because he'll put them up at the end of the screen.
All right, I will try. Just going through this quickly. M showed in first. Great race by him. The first thing we got right in the prediction. Gary in second. Excellent race by the Ferrari driver. In third, he's Irish fellow in the McLaren seat. Great race by Scuba. He was not able to keep up with Hemshire, but yeah, great third position for him. Patrick in fourth. Good race by the AlphaTauri, good comeback. Dan Morris in fifth. He was screwed a little bit with that lagging out of the session. Vesker in sixth in that racing point. Also good recovery drive from him. He started ninth. Sway in seventh, my bad. Matt Tibus in eighth. He lost some positions, so not the perfect race for him. Good recovery race by Corboy, who seems to be recovering his confidence. Bit by bit, he started 15th, he finished 9th, and Matter closes the top 10. Outside, Pouty in 11th, J. Cole in 12th, Maverick in 13th, AJ in 14th, and Kylid in 15th.
Oh, what a frustrating end to what was a pretty frustrating evening, if I've got to be honest. Certainly on my end, I do apologise. The obviously unforeseen circumstances, to be honest, with the Masters connections going on within the lobby. It's one of those things, I'm afraid. I'm coming back into the lobby now and everything seems fine. So, yeah, it's a bit strange.
But to be honest, I'm not going to make assumptions and I'm not going to talk for the league, right? But just seeing what happened, I'm not sure if the whole race should be counted, because it was not internet issues. I mean, it was a game issue, and plenty of drivers lost their chance to do well due to this game issue. So we'll have to see what the league directors decide. But yeah, it's a difficult call because the race was going good until then, and we were having good fun, I think. But yeah, all the battles suddenly disappeared, when this happened.
Codemasters doesn't want me commentating through the final 2 laps of the race. That's what that is.
I mean, they didn't want me to have a decent race to say goodbye.
Oh, goodness me, honestly. Yeah, but we're going to have to see, obviously, how this goes. I do apologise to every single one of you for tuning in. Obviously, this is not the experience, not the best experience that you would have as viewers for viewing our commentary. Hopefully you enjoy the action on track as well. We'll try to provide you with a lot of on-track action as well. Just one of those things, I'm afraid, with a lot of glitches. Might have been down to server issues, might have been down to PSN issues. Who knows? Who knows where this is going to happen, but we'll update you about it, of course, next week for Division 2. And, of course, it is Division 5 tomorrow night as well. Let me run you through the schedule then of what you've got to look forward to tomorrow for Friday, and indeed Saturday, and indeed Sunday as well. Division 4 and Division 5 on Friday. Paco going to be joining me alongside for Division 5, and in Division 4 it is Graham Chappell and Joseph Corboy going to be taking you through that one, complete with Tom's beautiful graphics out on track. And also on Saturday, it is my final CRC commentary, my final ever CRC Project Cars 2 commentary. Tune in for the Dubai Autodrome race for the LMP3s there, and on Sunday it is the finale as well of the IndyCar Championship and that is going to be, I think, Crusher Bro going to be taking you through that one. Hopefully we'll be able to get it streamed on the channel for this Sunday. But Paco, final thoughts from you. Who was your driver of the day?
That's a difficult call, but I think I have two drivers of the day. I know, yeah, I always have to choose one, yeah, and then I choose like plenty, but I would stay probably with the winner, since he do a really good race, I have to say, like always. But also a big shout out to Coreboy, since we've known, you know, his confidence issues, but it seems he's slowly getting all together, and he did a good recovery. He started 15th, he finished 9th, so I think that was a quite good driving from him today.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, I think I would give my drive of the day to Gary. I think Gary drove a hell of a race out on track. He went to the end. I think he finished second in the end, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Really good drive from Gary. Not what you like to see, obviously, in terms of Gary being up there on the podium. I'm sure he will be pleased, and I'm sure he'll be cracking open a few pints of Guinness for that one. But, of course, we do have, you can follow the league, of course, on Twitter, at TTML_F1. You can follow myself and Paco on Twitter as well. There are the race results just coming up. Apparently, as well, Division 3 had the same issue. So Division 3 also had the same issue. So we're not alone, which that's what I was worried about. Yeah, Graham.
I think that proves that it was a server issue. And it's a shame, because now, well, today I think it was the draft, right, for the eSport thing, and in about 1 month they're gonna go racing, you know, in October, and when Codemaster, I think that will be the only point when Codemaster realizes the trash game they've created, you know, they will actually see with thousands of people watching, and then seeing how everyone lags out, you know, there's yellow flag, green flag going on, and then suddenly realize, how did we create that trash? I mean, that bad are we? Yeah, every year. But yeah.
But we can't. Yeah, you can follow the commentary team on Twitter. That's what I was going to come on to. You can follow the commentary team on Twitter at B52head for myself, at P Suarez_19, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! Got that in one go without even looking at my Twitter there. With that. And of course, Paco will be joining me for his final ever commentary for TTML. You better make it a good one, because it is Canada, it is Division 5 action. Anything can happen, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think here we were watching a really good race until this all happened.
Issues,
so
yeah.
I think that if tomorrow we have a good turnout, we should actually see a really good race. And I hope it is. I hope it is, because I want things to go right, you know, and say goodbye in the best way possible.
And Father Short has joined us in the comment section as well, Mr. Martin Short, who is very proud of his son, I'm sure. He says Gary, driver of the day. So very interesting. Not even giving your own son driver of the day. Wow. There's going to be words in that household, I think, later on tonight.
No, I mean, I think even M Short would agree with that statement. I mean, I forgot about Gary when saying the driver of the day. He did an amazing job, you know. He made those bidding works till the end. We have to give credit to that.
Yeah, fantastic stuff out on track. Obviously, we do have more action for you tomorrow night for Division 4 and Division 5 out on track. But for myself and Paco, please take care of yourselves. We will hopefully see you sometime in the very not too distant future. It'll be tomorrow night, of course, for Division 5. And then next week, I can announce there will be a new commentator alongside me, I think for both Division 2 and Division 5, in the form Mr. Daniel Hoggard. KVR Dakar should be joining me for both races. I'm under the impression he's certainly joining me for Division 5, not sure about Division 2, but hopefully he'll be joining me for that. But thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry about all the issues, guys. Not our fault. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been James Head. He's been Paco Suarez. Please take care of yourselves, and we will see you next time for tomorrow night for Division 5. Goodbye.
Adios.
Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarms and the chaos is rising. monsters out your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't have to play the hero. Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat. When your nightmares turn to real life and the ground's filled up with landmines, we will face it standing side by side. You know I'll come running when you need. I'm coming. You know I'll come running. You go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarm and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. If you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I